Even in debt, they still benefit. Controversy trails Nigerian government huge allowance to late Buhari's family. Good day, my dear listeners. Thanks for joining. As there has been a new speculations going around saying even in debt, they still benefit. As the controversy trails Nigerian government huge allowance to late Buhari's family. Moving on to the full details, kindly please ensure you like, subscribe to this channel and share. Following the passing of former President Muhammadu Buhari, the attention of Nigerians was drawn to the humongous benefit families of former head of state, president, and vice president get from the federal government. These benefits come in the form of money, healthcare, education, vacations, cars, houses, security, communication gadgets, staff and home and office, among others. These super bumper packages received by former president are enshrined in the law. The law permits that the Nigerian government continues to make these working provisions to families of former presidents as stipulated in Remuneration of Former President and Head of State and other Ancillary Matters Act. Those left behind to mourn a former president or vice president are also entitled to allowances from the federal government. However, Daily Post understands that the benefits paid to the family of a former president will be drastically reviewed downward once the former president passes on. The Nigerian law, as mentioned earlier, states that families of late former presidents get 1 million naira annually, 250k quarterly, which is for the spouse's upkeep and children's education up to university, and this would end if the spouse remarries. Sections 1 and 2 of the Remunerations of Former President and Heads of State and Other Ancillary Matters Act talk about the allowance and other benefits paid to the families of former president and vice president. These benefits are also captured in the annual budget of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It states that president and heads of state of the Federal Republic of Nigeria shall be paid the sum of 350,000 naira per month as upkeep allowance. Vice President and Chief of General Staff will be paid the sum of 250,000 naira per month as upkeep allowance. It stipulates that the members of the families of deceased former head of state shall be entitled to the payment of the sum of 1 million naira per annum, payable in the sum of 250,000 naira per quarter, and deceased former vice president shall be entitled to the payment of the sum of 750,000 naira per annum, payable in the sum of 187,500 naira per quarter. The allowances are for the upkeep of the spouse and education of the children of deceased former head of state and deceased former vice president up to the university level. The remuneration of all former head of state and vice president, according to the law, shall be subject to review whenever there is an increase in the salary of the serving president and vice president. But all efforts by daily post to ascertain the present state of things from the authorities proved abortive. There are prerequisites of office for former head of state and the vice president, which includes an officer not below the rank of chief administrative officer, a personnel secretary not below grade level 12, 3 to 4 armed policemen for a former civilian head of state, 1 state security service officer not below grade level 10 as an aide-de-camp to be attached for life and paid by the state security agencies, 3 vehicles to be bought by the federal government and liable to be replaced every 4 years. The drivers shall be selected by the head of state and paid by the federal government. Diplomatic passport for life, protocol within and outside Nigerian, free medical treatment for former head of state and their immediate family within Nigeria. Treatment abroad for former head of state and their immediate family when necessary at federal government expense. Others are 30 days of annual vacation within and outside Nigeria at federal government expense. A well-furnished and equipped office in any location of the choice of the former president or head of state in Nigeria. A well-furnished 5-bedroom houses to be provided in any location of the choice of the former head of state in Nigeria. Non-political mails within and outside Nigeria as franked mail marked, postage paid. 1 direct telephone line provided at federal government expense. My dear